Hey everyone, welcome back. I did decide I do want to do a few more duel videos, so this might be the last one of Valkyrie. I may bring out my Rep 60 Raider after this, but first we have a Shigoki. Start off with the shoulder pin. Right off the bat, he's not respecting anything after a shoulder pin. Oof, big mistake there. So, he's pretty antsy already. He likes to go for those interrupts. Okay. I see. Just doesn't respect my pressure at all. He just wants to do any kind of interrupt he can. He's doing lights, zones. Tried the heavy there.
Round two.
Let's see. If he continues. No emotes, please. I just want to play the game. Still doing it. Just a very antsy Shigoki. I want to see how many sweeps I can get away with. Yeah, pretty one-sided match there. I'm going to take it easy on this third round here just to see their potential. This is something I like to do sometimes just to just make things more interesting for me personally. I just kind of calm myself down, see what the opponent likes to do. You see he's trying a whole bunch of different options when it comes to interrupting. He's mixing it up between lights, zones, heavies, and guard breaks. Seems to be guessing. Alright. Seems to be scared of the sweep a little bit more. He already let 2 in a row hit him. Now he seems to be dodging third chains.
Round four.
But time to take this last round more seriously. It's just he got his chance. Okay. He just doesn't want to stop with those interrupt attempts despite my Okay, well, he just ran himself out of stamina, but that's the first match down. Let's move on to the next one. He brought out his Orochi next. Must be his main. No emotes, please. I want to play. Dodging some of these kicks. I knew it. He'd go right into that undodgeable. Very typical behavior. Nice deflect. Okay. Yeah, it's still very predictable, very antsy behavior. But Orochi is still considered one of the best characters in the game. Very mobile hero, very safe. But obviously I think I'm in his head a little bit. He's trying to be more offensive and not focusing on what I'm doing. So that was a very one-sided match. Yeah. Started off with that heavy because I was deflecting his lights. Yeah, he has no defense. He's not responding to what I'm doing. He's trying to rely on all of his offense here, and it's not going to work that way. You need both if you want to be, considered a good player. That you have to have all good qualities, but sometimes matches just like, oh, I forgot there was a spot up here. Duck, 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 goose. All right. More kicks. He's gonna go undodgeable next. Yeah. I think he's done that 3 times already. he's not taking any risks. He's not making any very big reads here. I guess he's just reacting. Besides the occasional zone, I don't think. Yeah, just pretty one-sided match overall, but sometimes that happens. Let's move on to the next one. Next one's a Highlander. That's cool. Yeah, you're like what I like to say now is when Highlander had that wave dash crap, you know, that was so annoying. But I noticed Highlanders are still trying to make that work, and it's funny when it doesn't, because I just find that a lot more of my attacks are starting to land because of that, or at least that's what I came to the conclusion to when they made his rework. Oof. See, I need to calm down. I'm getting too antsy. Oof. Tried to make a guard break read there, but I just want to throw ice. Yeah. Again, like I said last time, I make a lot of silly mistakes. I either go for too many deflects, I lose focus, or I'm just making silly mistakes that I shouldn't be making. I've been playing the game for 9 years, but most of that has been Dominion, so I guess the small intricacies or the behaviors of certain players when they duel isn't something I quite pick up on right away. And this is another one of those examples. I know I can't guard break after a kick because they can just go right back into another kick. But, you know, obviously I do treat duels and team fights a lot differently. I typically don't guard break in a team fight. At least not like how I did there. It would just be a simple dodge attack. But I'm sitting here thinking I can do certain things since it's a duel, and you just can't. Like this interaction with Highlander, you can't guard break after a missed kick. That was a huge mistake on his part, trying to go into offensive stance when I can crush and counter. Obviously not the best Highlander I've ever fought. Okay. It's another one of those instances I just tried to do it again. Anyway, not the best Highlander I've ever fought, but again, Highlander's one of those high skill characters in my opinion. I just don't see a lot of people play Highlander like some of these other better YouTubers that stream and stuff. There are only a few people that have, well, I think there is maybe only one person I found in a game that actually plays Highlander at an appropriate optimal level, but most of the time I'm able to get away with so much, like interrupting. Highlander players should know that's just a thing we do at higher levels. When we see you go into stance, we just throw a light at you. Except I was late there. Come on, like what is this? I mean, I shouldn't say what is this like that, because I'm actually guilty of doing the same thing, just panic dodging and getting away with it, because, you know, like I always say, a little bit of composure goes a long way, and I'm fighting players that have what I think is just less than me most of the time. I'm actually, see, I've like deflected. Okay. Alright, he's feinting the unblockable to kick. He doesn't do any grabs. He hasn't grabbed this entire game, and he either starts with a zone or a light. Yes, he's pretty simple. It just kind of breaks my soul a little bit when I notice they're not adapting. But anyway, on to the next one. Alright. Valkyrie, another one. I haven't faced another Valkyrie like this. Valkyrie can also delay their dodge attack. I guess when I see it late like that, or don't see it at a certain time, I'll just... Should have threw her to get her out of stand. delayed it again. That was a nice little comeback. She almost had me on that first round. I need to lock in a little bit more. Talking and playing is really hard. Some people say I do a good job, but I end up doing it too much, and then I end up throwing a game sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you want to do. I know what you want to do. I mean, I didn't mean to execute. I'm sorry. But I think defensively Valkyrie is just one of those characters that can absolutely ruin your day if you're going up against a good Valkyrie. I just don't meet other Valkyrie players that play well defensively. I mean, she is a highly defensive character. And when you fight better players that just like to stare at you, I mean, it's like look at this. She just doesn't want to attack, doesn't want to react. So I can't use my other tools. So she's just waiting for me to go into stance. But I think I spooked her last round because she noticed that when she was attacking, she was just getting obliterated. I don't think I took a single hit last game anyhow. Daring. Okay. She did it again. A lot of delayed dodge attacks. Okay. What is this, dude? I mean, sometimes I do obvious things, but let's move on to the next one. Alright, the Valkyrie wanted a rematch, so sometimes I like to oblige to those. I usually don't take rematches quite seriously just because it's... Yeah. Okay. Oof. Should have let that heavy go. Now, I know you can't guard break Valkyrie after I missed the sweep, so instead of doing a dodge attack, sometimes I like to play a little bit and just do some shenanigans with the stance, because it tends to spook a lot of people when you don't do a typical dodge attack. Just do, oh, what are they doing? In the stance? Uh-oh, that's a different pressure than I'm used to. Ooh, okay. It's almost like an option select, because if they just feint to neutral and don't do anything... Yeah, I guard broke thinking they would go into stance, but she just lighted the opposite side. I don't know what this is. I think she's... Person thinks there's something special for finally getting around, but whatever. I'll let it go. I'm not taking the second round as seriously as I did the first anyhow. There we go. Okay, looks like she's just going for a lot of... Okay, I'm really just not expecting them to continue doing the same thing over and over. Like, I hesitate because it's like, oh, they're gonna do it a second time, third time in a row, so I just don't respond like the second or third time. Like, this person's not bad. They're kind of adapting, but they're also just kind of not, so... There I go. Oh, yep, of course. I don't know. That was just instinct right there. Valkyrie, you cannot tech Valkyrie's neutral lights. You just can't. Not sure why that is. I guess it's just... I don't know. She should have threw me there to get me out of stamina, but... Oh, she stuffed me. Alright, well, I'm sure she just kind of panicked, threw light attacks. What is she doing? I don't understand, but
Round 5.
seems she did that the first round that I lost with her too. Guess I'm just not expecting. I keep expecting her to go right into stance, but she's just throwing lights. So yeah, too many on that side. She's kind of picking up on it. Okay. She's kind of doing what I'm doing, just kind of lighting when you're capable of lighting. Once you get out of stance or dodge. Nope. Oh, come on. You were even ready, but I guess you just didn't expect that. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to continue dueling and see if I find better players. But until next time, I'll see you later.